Bet. Okay. So you got this is going to be the official trailer for the Ticking Bomb podcast. Me, I'm your famous host, Quadrez Neville, class 2028, best in the nation. I'm gonna tell you some things about myself. This is my co-host here, Javion Horton, and yeah, we're gonna go from here. All right, so my name is Quadrez Neville. I attend, Southeast Collegiate Prep Academy, the Southeast Halifax Trojans. I'm currently, in the progress of, just working, you know what I'm saying, getting everything together. As for me, I'll go through my 2 years of high school already for my freshman and sophomore year. I'm currently going to my junior year, and looking and expecting for a breakout season. All season have gone quite well. Been to football camps out in Barton College. Recently went to the Hertford County camp last month. Attending this new camp, August 1st. So we'll see how everything go from there. So far for freshman and sophomore season, I've done quite well. My breakout season was last season. I recorded a total of 34 tackles, 3 sacks, 7 pancake blocks, and 4 tackle for loss. So do what you will with that. I am continuing to make off of that season and double that and triple those stats up. By the way, film looking mighty good. I suggest y'all highly look at it. Hey, I may just put the link in below. You feel what I'm saying? So go and check that out. But I do track and field as well, mostly field because I'm not a track guy. But hey, I will get there if I want to now. Yeah, I do a shot put and discus, you know what I'm saying? I do quite well in that. Not my strong suit, obviously, but mostly a football man. But I'm still progressing in that, you know what I'm saying? In different aspects of life. Also, this is my co-host right here, Javion. So I'm gonna let him tell y'all little things about himself, you know what I'm saying, that we gonna, make off from there, tell you what to expect from this podcast and everything. We just gonna go from there. So Javion, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Y'all know me, Javion Horton, defensive tackle, offensive tackle. Currently in process of transitioning to Northampton Collegiate and Technical High School. I
Mm.
played my first 2 years in at Kent Pride High School, playing the same positions really. I played my full freshman year at nose tackle, one tech, zero tech. I only recorded around 16 or 17 tackles for the season, somewhere around there. My sophomore year got ended as it started. Injury came back in the middle of conference play. You know, I came back on a different note. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Turned
Ah,
over a new leaf for myself. Other than that, I haven't really got a chance to prove myself on the field, so I've been, you know, just working this whole off season, just nothing but work, taking football on a to another level. You know what I'm saying?
that what's
So
up?
yeah, so just praying for a great junior season. Trying to get some film for myself more than my freshman year, and you know, um, I'm just ready for it, man. I'm just ready for it. I'm excited for it. My physical said all. I'm 6'5", 372 pounds.
Yeah.
It's life.
He
It's
bit
life,
body.
man.
Bit
It's
body
life.
for sure.
Yeah, it's life. But yep. I'm just ready to work, man. I'm ready to work. Y'all see more of my training clips online. You know what I'm saying? Real mobile out here. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm gonna turn it back over to my boy Quadrez. I don't got too much up to say.
All right, bet that was also, I'm glad he did bring his position. I'm gonna bring up my position as well. I'm my offensive tackle, defensive end. I guess he want to throw his little physical appearance out there, so I'm gonna throw mine out there too. I am currently 6'2" and 209 pounds. And as for me, um, me and Jamie, we attended a camp out in Hertford County last month. We did go against each other in one-on-ones, so that's gonna be the topic for today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be too long, but we gonna talk about that. Yeah, I see you looking right now. We gonna talk about that for sure. But
All right.
yeah, I ain't gonna make it overly wild. By the way, we do play against each other in the same conference of 1A. You can see it on Max Prep. You look up his school and my school. He attends Northampton County, and I attend Southeast Halifax, Southeast Collegiate Prep Academy on Max Preps as well. So yes, we will be fighting against each other for that conference. And I can't wait to see him out there on the football field and shoulder pads and helmet because best believe it's gonna be all action. By the way, notice how you said he play offensive tackle and I play defensive end. You know how that's about to get. Woo!
Uh-huh.
We ain't gonna talk about that though. But yeah, though, I ain't about to overly go too hard. It ain't nothing but like a little trailer, you know what I'm saying? So we just gonna, talk about, just this little topic right here, and then we just gonna make everything known. By the way, our episodes will mostly be expected for Sundays because mostly throughout the week we do be busy with our football training, just self improvement and betterment. But if we are free, at time we are free, we will most definitely upload for you guys. But I just pray that y'all work with us and be patient. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure, definitely. All right,
So,
so topic of the day. So Javion Horton, let's talk about that football game we went to last month, Hertford County, man. Let's talk about that.
yes, sir. Shoot, that camp was something new, man. Like, I had went to camps my freshman year. After my freshman year, I went to camps. I got myself physically. I was introduced to it then. So when I had went to Hertford County, that's the first time I attended a camp where I was able to show off myself in my new form. I'm not saying I transcended bodies or nothing like that, but I just been training since, last season. And last season didn't go how I wanted it to. We got smacked out the third round by Wilson Prep.
Mind you, previous round we did play Worcester Prep in the second round, and it was a historic score of 64-40. Mind you, Worcester Prep did get the win over us, but even they would tell you we did get them the most comp than any other team they faced in the playoffs up until that state championship, where the score was 9-8. So I ain't gonna knock that, but continue.
Yeah, but what what I say is, I'm sad that I didn't get as much of an impact as I needed to in that game. I felt like I could have did a whole bunch more. I was already dealing with back issues. I came into the game late when the game was nearly just already decided, and when I did get on the field, I got to stop at the goal line. Got another tackle as well on a 2-point conversion, and other than that, nearly had a sack, but
Things
uh,
happen.
things happen. Things happen. End up throwing that in for a touchdown. But anywho, we're talking about the camp, not all that. So I'm gonna get back to it. That camp was the first time I was able to show off myself. I had reduced my 40 yard down from 6.5 last season to 5.1 going into that camp. I ran a 5.17, I believe. But then I got it lower on my second one, ran a 5.12, which is pretty cool. But anywho, that
For
camp,
the
uh,
Yeah, I want to say most definitely going through the drills and everything that we did, but for the most part, what really stood out to that camp was the one on one. That's the main thing we really want to hit on.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
okay. The one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Now, basically that camp was a development camp. So it was basically me, Quadrez, another freshman from Hertford County, and who's the other dude, Quadri? Who's the, I forgot.
It's the guy named Jules. I'm pretty sure he's going to his senior season, not junior, but I ain't gonna lie, but bro, nice at the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah, first
Drew,
one on ones,
Drew,
it was me
Drew,
versus the. You said what?
Drew. I said his name was Drew. I didn't want to miss his name. His name was Drew. I think Drew. Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah, but first one on ones, it was me versus the freshman from Hertford County. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and tell it like it is. I don't mean to sound overconfident, but that one-on-one wasn't really nothing. It wasn't really nothing. He kept shooting his hands too early. Didn't have the feet.
Watch him out. Watch him up out of there.
Yeah, it wasn't even a wash. It was more like I just hit a rip straight
Idiot.
through.
Oh wow. Hey, it's
Yeah,
too light. That's too light right there, my boy.
yeah, but I'm gonna focus on the one-on-ones between me and you because Drew, I got to give him his props. That boy, he was balling out there. He was
Yeah.
balling. When I was at tackle, this man was giving me a work. When I say work, I mean work. I ended up finding a way to block him. I ended up finding a way to block. I'm gonna give myself props for that. I'm not an experienced offensive tackle by any means. I am a defensive tackle, but offensive tackle, I'm still learning. So going into that, I didn't have much experience, but I caught on to it. Ended up getting my quarterback a few seconds in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Ended up getting, yeah, well, I can do way better. That exposed a lot of holes in my game. Quadrez noticed that too, because when he went against me when I was at tackle, it was something to see. That man, he has feet, and yes, I'm able to. Yes, I might be able to keep up with the feet, but that does not mean the hands are able to come with it. Because if I would have touched him there, it would have been a holding. That man, he's definitely his work is paying off. I seen it in his one on ones. His work was paying off, and I do want to address that defensive one on one I had against you when you were at tackle. I do want to address
Uh-huh.
that because from
If
my
y'all took
vivid
advantage of
memory,
his size, man. Come on,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, see, he kept up with me with his feet, and I said, I
I
was saying,
felt
do it
I
to
ain't
me.
okay. I had you boxed, bro. The only thing that stood out, look, bro, I'm 209. This brother right here is 272. Eight. This brother here is way bigger than me. I'm gonna tell you like
Yeah,
it is.
I
I'm
weigh
all muscle.
370
He
pounds. I weigh 370 pounds. At that point, I said, forget all this DMS. I'm just going
he
straight
bull
into the
rush me.
chest.
What you want me to do? I ain't like I had perfect technique and everything, perfect form. He was
Yeah.
just way bigger than I was, so it ain't too much I could do about that
Yeah,
shit.
it ain't too much you can say about that, man. This is a great offensive tackle I played against, man. He's a DN. Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing DN. He ended up winning the overall trophy for the best lineman there, mainly because of my relatively poor performance at tackle. Because, like I said, I was still new to it.
Also,
First
you but
camp,
bring up your conditioning as well. Cause let me tell you something. This brother was completely out of it. This man
I'm
was
gonna,
just
I'm gonna keep
sweating,
it a
bro.
band with y'all. Absolutely hate the heat. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, but I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get more into it. My
The sun
conditioning
killed
as of
him.
late, after
Watched him.
yeah, before that camp, my conditioning wasn't really all that because I usually just waited out the day until it started to get cooler a little bit to condition. But then after the camp, I realized that okay, I need to really tighten up because my heat intolerance is getting too much. So I got back outside. Now going into these recent few things that I've done as of late. My heat conditioning has been flawless. Well, I ain't gonna say flawless because that heat, man, cut gracious. 100 degrees
Well,
outside,
that had
boy.
him out of it, bro. I'm talking about, bro. I think his brother ran through about 6, 7 Gatorades at the camp. I'm not lying to you. I'm
Man, I
trying to
ran through
tell you, boy, he
12.
was gone. I'm not gonna lie. I had like 5 though. I don't care, like, bro. It was beaming out there. I'm not gonna lie, but bro, I ain't gonna lie, but dog, that camp was something. It was something good, bro. Like, yeah, like I feel like it was a great progression for you mostly, cause like yeah, you did learn a lot of stuff within the camp. Also, great leadership skills as well, because you did lead us in a lot of the drills and a lot of things. Like, they did learn a lot of stuff that we did. So, great parts of you as well. You're not done telling your part. I could tell mine for part of what I know.
Yeah, you good,
So,
man. Go
all
ahead.
right. So, me, for my 40, I did go to a camp a month before that in May, where I went to Barton College. So, my 40 went was a 5.4. But the camp I went to with him in Hertford County, my 40 upgrade to a 5.1. Also stated, it was clearly stated by the coach that it was supposed to be a 4.9 if I didn't trip. So I'm gonna take that as I ran a 4.9 because I know me and him both know if I ran for my mic at full speed and I did not trip at all, it would have been a 4.9 exact. Also, my pro shuttle, it went from a 4.71 to the Barton College camp in May. And then last camp I went to with him, it upgraded to a 4.6. So I improved on that as well. Also, for the drills, for the most part, I did pretty well. I kept up and everything. I was just, trying to motivate all the younger guys. We had a lot of young guys there as well. So, I'm gonna make sure I kept up with them and helped them out with their helps and the need. So I want to help them out as well. Trying to be more of a leader, just trying to help the youth out. We did have some youth there. But let's get into the one-on-ones, the most exactly thing. As Javion told you, yes, I did end up winning the lineman. Best lineman award. Humbly, I accepted it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna sit up here and brag about it, say it was easy. It was some reps I got absolutely smacked up. I'm not gonna lie. So first, I'm gonna talk about the reps I had with JV and obviously my co-host here. I'm not gonna lie. It was I want to say it wasn't too many reps I lost against JV. I'm gonna be real with you. You know, it wasn't too many reps I lost against JV. I'm not gonna lie. I say over 75% of the reps I would say I beat him on 75% of those reps. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But the good 30% he did win was he did use his hands, his feet to his advantage. And he did no, he clawed me, I'm not gonna lie. I would say one time in offensive attack I couldn't necessarily get past him. I had a delayed spin move. So that was good feet on your part. But I did manage to maneuver around, just hit a rip, just work out my technique in my hands. I do have work on my speedy hands. I work on my hands a lot because hands and feet is some of everything at defense end. You do need that. It's to be able to go over and just clamp up, and knows how to get past your lineman. I know his little tendencies in his game. I knew where his weakness was. As soon as that camp started, I remind you, I told you where your weakness was. Stamina, I knew eventually if I would have kept on going at him with all my might and full power, eventually he was gonna let up, and he did end up letting up. So, man, that count was a month ago, so he still had plenty of time to improve on all that stuff, which I believe he has done. Um, Also the one on ones, me and Drew, we went at those one on ones. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro was nice. He good at D, and bro gave me some unimaginable reps. But I think due to my variety at offensive tackle, due to my versatility at O tackle, I managed to ultimately keep up with them and secure the dub for the most part, and just managed to hang in there long enough. I think a key theme for that camp is stamina. Due to me working on my conditioning and stamina a lot, bro, that's what led to me securing that best lineman award for the victory. Also, work ethic. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, my just regular YouTube channel, just not the podcast, mind you. Well, mind you, just drop us a subscription and a like down below. We would not mind that at all. Yeah, so I do have a YouTube channel for myself. Yes, where I drop all my workout videos and all that stuff there. So I work out a lot on that. So a key thing for that camp is it's most definitely just make sure you condition. Football is a game of inches. I won that camp by like 3 because my opponents won't condition. So mind y'all make sure y'all have good work ethic and y'all be on it because it's a lot of stuff that goes into, what I'm saying, these camps and all this stuff. And ultimately, it's like I learned a lot of technique and stuff from that camp as well. So y'all just be willing to learn, have an open mind, always. Jamie, you got anything to piggyback off and say something about the camp?
Yeah, here's what I say, Quadres. I want you to realize that won't all conditioning as well, because I do want to point this out. It was 100 degrees on that field,
Sir,
Quadres. It
see,
was
but
near
see,
100. It was
hey,
like
look,
95 that day, Quadres. That field
no,
was hot, Quadres.
it was
That,
Saturday. It don't matter. This is why I make sure to condition myself in the heat. So therefore, when I go to a football camp or we do conditioning at practice or even in the game, it won't be a problem.
Yeah, Quadre, I do want you to realize that after that, I was suffering from mild heat exhaustion. It was just unlucky. It was just a fate. It was just fate, Quadres. It was just fate. I
It
ain't
was
trying to
just
throw
fake.
excuses out there. I ain't the type to just throw excuses out there. But I feel like I just caught the bad end of the stick there. Because that just happened badly, dude. Comparing myself to now, that happened badly, dude. That happened badly. My performance, it wasn't poor, but it was definitely lackluster compared to as much work I was putting in. And I feel like comparing myself then to now, there's a whole lot more that I could have did better that I've been working towards. That camp lived in my head for around the entirety of the time between then and now. I mean, just realizing how new I am to certain positions and trying to figure things out. It was a mess, man. It was a mess, but we worked it out, man. I it was that camp must have been went well because I had the coaches that ran that camp hit my DMs up for around another 3 weeks after that. So I mean that camp must have went well, but I mean it didn't go well in my books. So that's why I've been trying to upgrade myself. Trying to keep at it, and hopefully this season I get to showcase myself just a tad bit more in more favorable condition, more
Right,
favorable
right, right.
conditions. But
I most
I've been
definitely
working on my
admit.
weaknesses.
Yes, most definitely. And I agree with that for sure. And I'm most definitely glad that you said something about that. Now, for the upcoming count, August 1st, I did tell you about that, obviously, and now I'm attending and I'm going. So it's depending on you and your people, you know what I'm saying, if you attending and going either way or not. But either way, y'all, Jamie, I want you to tell the people, and I'm going to tell the people as well, like, what's something to expect from your team this season, Northampton Jaguar? What's something to expect from my team this season? So I'm going to let you go ahead and start with your season. Hey, your
I'm
team.
uh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
your
tell
team.
I'm gonna tell you how it is. We want a 9-1 season, Quadre. You heard
I
me.
heard. I
We
heard.
want to. Hey, we want a
I'm
nine
gonna
and
let you
one
go ahead.
season.
Yeah, go ahead with
I
your little
mean,
9-1 season. Go ahead.
look, bro, it's a dog fight, man. That's what I'm expecting. Personally, in my own opinion, I'm expecting a dog fight. Schedule ain't easy. You got guys like you got teams like Lewisburg, teams like Tarboro, Warren
Mm.
County, and this
Oh.
new reformed
Woo.
team, Southeast Trojan. You got my old school Kip Prod. You got other teams like Roanoke Rapids as well. They might not be the best of teams, but they still
Comp.
they
Comp.
comp comp comp. I'm pretty sure they're a 3A school, so they're up there for a reason.
Ooh.
Um, you know, it's gonna be a dog fight. That's what I'm saying. I don't think 9-1 is telling the story, but I think it's gonna be a dog fight. But I am expecting from myself a bit of a breakout season, trying to get my stats up. You will be seeing me at somewhere around the inside D line, and I promise you, I will be giving hell to your center and your guard. I pray for whoever
Okay.
double teaming me. I just got to
All
say
right.
that. Pray for them. And
All
other than
right.
that, hey, it is what it is, bro. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for
That's
this
what's
season
up.
coming up.
That's what's up, you know what I'm saying? And to piggyback off what you said, something to expect from my team, Southeast Collegiate Prep Academy. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, you shouldn't expect anything less but greatness, my friend. You shouldn't expect anything less but greatness. Simply because this season right here is gonna be a breakout season for us as freshmen, sophomore, junior, and senior on every level. We have improved. We are in depth. We are continuing to grow as a team. Also, I'm not gonna predict any records or anything out there. Just know we will be successful this season, and we will reign supreme. Ultimately, that is the ultimate goal. We look forward to every matchup we got, every team we got. Cause basically every team we play, we gonna give them hell. All right, that's one thing you can't say about them Trojans. We don't give you hell. All right, we gonna hit. We gonna continue to hit until that final whistle. All right, it ain't no quitting over here. We gonna finish what we started. Regardless, win, lose, or draw, we gonna play some ball, and we gonna continue to play this game of football. And something to expect personally from your boy. You shouldn't expect anything less but greatness. Every time I step out there on that field, you gonna see nothing but greatness. All right. Every tackle, every swim move, every move I hit you with is gonna be nothing blessed but greatness. All right. Greatness will be made on every game I play. And I stamp this. You will see number 56 for the Southeast Collegiate Prep Academy Trojans. Boom. And that's just how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. Because for one, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Work ethic, work wise, and I see nobody work and putting the work in like how we work over here in Trojan Land. We work and we're gonna continue to work as well. So we're gonna improve and we just gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and go by that. Ain't too much, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much about it, but just know we working. We're gonna continue to improve and grow as young men. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep they do have your outro, Javion, for what you got to say. You know what I'm saying, to end the episode off.
Not much, man. Just for the season, it's gonna be work. Like I said, it's gonna be work. It's gonna be dog fights. It's gonna be filled with comp. Hopefully, the seasons do go as you know. I wish the Trojans well. You know what I'm saying. I wish the Trojans well. It's competition, man. You know what I'm saying. And I wish you well, Quadres.
So
Hope
for
you do
sure.
have the season that you want. But when it comes to us, you know what I'm saying. I know we gonna bring it to you. You know what I'm saying. We're gonna. Hey,
Oh,
I ain't worried about it. Especially I know me. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna compete. But
okay. All right.
I'm for the podcast, I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be better conditions than this. Right now, I've been holding my phone for the last few minutes. Yeah, Quadra is. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my phone was on 1% when man, a young nigga was laying in bed. A young nigga was laying in bed at one point and got up. I look a mess, but it is
I
what it
feel
is. We're
you.
gonna get it right. You know
Well,
what
I
I'm
want to
saying?
say. I ain't gonna knock you anyway, you know what I'm saying? And as for me for the outro, I would just say, continue to tap in, continue to follow us, so you know what I'm saying, on all platforms. We just got our Instagram, Spotify, many other things straight and certain out. So I would just say, continue to, make that a priority for you guys. And also, I do wish y'all well as well. I wish you well as well that you finally have a breakout season because you did get the equal opportunities for your freshman and sophomore season. So, wish you had that as well. And so, boom, this is my co-host Javion Horton. This is me, Quadres Noble, and we signing off. As a Taking Ball podcast. Boom, and let's go. Let's just go, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir.